Alright, so Season 2, Episode 2 review of Total Divas, which recapped and opened up on the cliffhanger from last week. Ooh.
Cliffhangers. Ooh.
So, if you guys don't remember, last week ended with Nikki, Bella, and John Cena's little face-to-face on a pier in San Diego, which I think is...
San Diego.
San Diego, which is Spanish for a whale's vagina.
Really? Obviously not. Okay, sorry.
No, it's
Spanish for something.
no, it's that's from Anchorman.
Oh.
There, he's on the date with Veronica, and he's like, "Welcome to San Diego," which I think stands for a whale's vagina. That's not what it means. Oh, who knows? Who's lost the translation? It's on the old English. Anyway, so everyone's like, "Oh my God, what if he proposes?" Like, if he had proposed, it would have been on Facebook, Twitter, and WWE.com months ago.
Exactly.
So, basically, he apologized without apologizing. He basically came in and was just like, I love you, and I don't mean to say I will never get married and I will never have kids. He's like, I'm open to the suggestion of us talking about it at a future date. And she's like, oh my God, I am so in love with this man. You idiot!
Yeah.
He basically negotiated his way back into this relationship without having to say, yes, I'm open to it. He like skirted around the issue. And he opened up with like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I said this before, I'll say this again. Go to IWC marks who are like, John Cena needs to turn heel. Watch this show. He's the biggest heel. So the main premise of this episode is a tour bus. Since Nikki and John got back together, Nikki has been on John's tour bus and gives Brie the idea to Daniel Bryan to get his own tour bus.
But they can't afford it.
Well, then he doesn't think it's practical enough because, like, he's one of those easygoing type guys. Like,
yeah.
But as someone who has traveled with wrestlers before to other shows, whether it be an hour-long drive to, let's say, Fredericton, St. John, or if it was like a 3-hour drive up north to Miscou or was it Lemec? I can't remember if it was Lemec. What is a Miscou?
I don't know.
Shout out to Suave on that one. So
I used to was from a place called Crapo.
Or going to Halifax for shows there. Like, being in a cramped car with other guys, you get exhausted. Especially if you're doing the driving. And I'll tell you a quick little story before we go on the review. I was passed out at the wheel coming home from a show. All the way up to Lemec. They had not have a referee. I volunteered. Not knowing that referees, like wrestlers, need a lot of conditioning and a lot of cardio because they are running back and forth. They're like to go down to the mat to try to count for 2, pop back up. So you're just like, okay, someone goes for a couple. You got to slide down into there and just go 1, 2, up, 2, and then you got to get back up on your feet. You need a lot of cardio for that. So you need to stay hydrated. So I actually refereed the entire show, so 2.5-hour show. I did it for free because we had the Honky Tonk Man as a guest, and I just said all I want, because I knew Honky was going over. If the legend you hire doesn't go over on your local guy, something's wrong. I just said the only thing I want is like you get me a really nice shot of me raising the arm of the Honky, and that's all I got. That's all I want. That's what I got. That's fine. So I was driving Nick and Dave. I think it was Dave. Was it Dave? Was he still working? I can remember.
That was way before me.
No. Okay, this wasn't the hockey show. But that's still a good story.
Yeah, he's coming back, isn't he?
Yep. A few weeks, a couple weeks after WrestleMania.
Nice.
The weekend before where you leave for Punta Cana. I can't go because of work.
That, but that's all right.
Anyway, but it's announced. They announced it. It's not a secret anymore.
I
We're safe.
meant us.
I've told many a times we're going away in April. Doesn't matter.
Alright.
Lose the track. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Wasn't the hockey trip? It was another trip. But driving home, I was very exhausted. I was passing out at the wheel because it's like a 3-hour trip to get there, or 3 hour trip. And the show ended, and we're all on an adrenaline high because it's like, oh, it's a great show. This happened. So I was driving buddies back, and I'm like, right when I get to a town called Bucktush, which is maybe like a half hour outside of Moncton, where we live, and I'm just like going, and then like I start drifting the car over, and then we've got those grooves on the side
Thank
that
God
go,
for those.
and I was just like, I'm up. It was like rolling down all the windows, trying to do everything to stay awake, and then
Wasn't helping.
I got everyone home. I dropped them off at their places, and just like, come on, get some caffeine or some booze in you, and come watch the footage with us. I was like, dude, I'm gonna pass out. We got another show tomorrow. I'm going home. So I went home and I passed out. Anyways, and it said so on this guy's DVD, CM Punk. When he came back after he signed the deal, he got himself a tour bus. The reason being is that because of that, you have somebody else driving you. You could just kick back, relax, and you can sleep on this bus. And it adds years to your, because you're not cramped up, you're not, your knees aren't locking, you're not doing all this shit, and you're going to stay healthier. So, Bree convinces Daniel Bryan to get one, and they're like, whoa, let's get some other people with us. So she invites the entire Divas roster that's on the show. So, Alicia Fox, AJ, Lee, and Tamina, they're like, you travel on your own anyway. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure. This is around the time Punk is still in WWE at this point, so I'm sure AJ's riding with him in his bus. That's all good. And so the cattiness with Summer Rae is still going on. I have no idea why. This is just like the whole, what they did with Eva Marie and JoJo. They're just like, oh, you're newbies, you need to learn your place. I think that's why they kicked JoJo off, because she was actually minding her P's and Q's, and they're just like, you're way too nice to be on this show. You're going back to NXT. You're going back to the developmental. You're not ready to be a bitch yet. Yeah. Oh, that's one thing I want to know. If someone could post in the comments, because I'm too lazy to look on Wikipedia. Everyone's like, when they do their thing, they have like the slash beside them. So it's Ariana / Cameron, Trinity / Naomi, Jonathan / Jey Uso, TJ / Tyson Kidd. Summer Rae is just Summer Rae. Like, is that her kayfabe name? Is she really Summer Rae? Because that's a pretty cool name. If that's what you grew up with.
Not many people actually can use their real name in the ring.
Yeah, I can only think of a few. John Cena.
Isn't Zack Ryder's real name?
I don't know if that's kayfabe or not. I honestly don't know. I mean, no one grew up with the name CM Punk. Obviously. Phil Brooks. Actually, going off topic, there's a funny video that got or a funny photo got posted out. Undertaker's got new tights for this year's WrestleMania. There's usually he has his symbol. It's an annual tradition. Everyone challenges the streak. He's 21, 22 and 0 right now.
So who is it this time he's against?
Brock Lesnar.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
But on the side, he's got an urn that says RIP PB. Yeah, so it's obviously for Paul Bearer, but after I was joking around because they were asking for a caption, and it was just like, "Rest in peace, Phil Brooks." CM Punk for the non-kayfabe. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my notes. I took like a lot of notes during this episode because last time we were just all over the place. Yeah. So cattiness to Summer Rae. Don't know if that's a real kayfabe or not. Eva Marie announces that she is the diva that is going to Afghanistan, or at this point has gone to Afghanistan. This has been a tradition since 9/11, where they go to Afghanistan to see the troops. But they killed Bin Laden 2 years ago now? Has it been 2 years since they killed Bin Laden?
I thought it was 3. It's going on 3.
It's been a while. I know that they did it during. It was on a Sunday because it was during a WWE pay-per-view. After Cena won his match, he got on the mic and he's just like, "Man, this is the cool thing about live television. Bin Laden's dead," and everyone erupts, "USA, USA," because WWE's all pro-America, right?
Obviously.
fuck you, foreigners. And then The Rock the next time he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, USA." I think that, and I always hear when people in other countries talk about WWE, and it's just like, fuck off with this America the Beautiful shit. It's like you're World Wrestling Entertainment. You just call yourself America. MWE, America Wrestling Entertainment. There you go, Vince.
Okay.
Yeah. So first she's like in her God damn it, what's the confessional interview? She's talking about how much of an honor it is because of tribute to the troops that they've done every year, and all this. And then all of a sudden she starts going with like, "I'm gonna get to be on the private jet, and I'm gonna get to sit with Vince McMahon because he handpicked me." And then Ariana starts doing like the impression, just like, "Oh my God, I'm so big, I'm so important." Like, you were just doing the same thing 2 years ago.
Sucking up to the boss.
Well, he don't mind. He loves women. Loves women. I used to watch the McMahon DVD where they talk about how many segments he has with divas and how sexualized he has with divas.
Oh my
and how
God.
Linda is just like, and how Stephanie's just like, most uncomfortable I've ever been is when Trish Stratus like stuck her tongue down my father's throat in front of my mother.
Yeah. That is
What
very
be the
uncomfortable.
last?
Yeah, that's very uncomfortable.
So we move into a 6-women's tag match on Raw, where it's the Bellas and Natalya versus AJ, Tamina Snuka, and Alicia Fox, I think. One of the ones that is on Total Divas right at the moment.
I didn't realize she was back on the...
On television? Well, I need some filler there. Oh, we'll get to one of the fillers later on when I get to that. It's not up yet, but it's coming. It's coming on an upcoming episode. We were talking about it. So Nikki goes for her finisher on AJ Lee. Snuka comes in, super kicks her, and AJ comes in with a Shining Wizard, hits her for the 3 count. Unbeknownst to me, because I don't watch SmackDown, and they actually brought it up the next night. Nikki Bella lost a tooth. I think it was like this one right here.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, knocked it clear out. And she's like, "Oh my God, I look so bad. I don't want John to look at me because he thinks I'm gonna look like idiot. I look like a freaking hobo." Yeah, go talk to Jacqueline, who lost 2 teeth in a street fight.
I've lost more teeth than probably a wrestler.
Yeah, so
I got 5 teeth taken out in once. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm sure they didn't get taken out by someone kicking you in the face.
No, I had to be put to sleep.
I had a tooth knocked out wrestling with my cousin. We were doing WWF moves, and I think he gave me like a forearm shot, and I was just like, he went like, I went, ow, and all of a sudden I felt like one tooth here just go like, and
I accidentally I did something and I don't remember what much, but I ended up having my teeth here, one of them biting almost through my lip.
Yeah.
And I accidentally pushed my brother because he told me, "Melanie, hit me." And I'm like, I didn't clue in.
Alright, so next up is they all get on the bus. So it's supposed to be bringing Daniel Bryan's bus. Daniel Bryan's, because he's basically like the top face right now. I think they gave them a nickname. I think it was like Brynial. I'm like,
that doesn't make sense.
It's supposed to be like Bennifer. I'm like, fuck you with that shit.
Yeah.
So let's get on this tour bus. Who's all on the bus? So it's the Divas and the significant others of the Divas. So we've got, let's count them up. How many we got? We got Brie Bella. We've got Daniel Bryan. We've got Natalya. We've got her husband, Tyson Kidd, TJ. We've got Naomi Trinity, her fiance, John Jey Uso. We've got Ariana. We've got Eva Marie. I think Eva brought her husband too on this road trip. I don't know. They're talking about it. So I don't know. That's a maybe. And then Summer Rae. So I got like 9 people on this.
Wasn't Fandango on there?
No, Fandango's not on there.
All right, fine.
She's not really Mrs. Fandango. That's what JBL calls her. She comes out to the dan and it's like, hey, Mrs. Fandango!
That's just her nickname.
Yeah.
But
Oh, he kept saying that, and Michael Coles is like, she's not married to Fandango. Just because it's her manager doesn't mean she's married to it. Whatever, Mrs. Fandango!
See, way to remember her.
Lights are on bright on Raw! So they're on the bus, they're drinking, they're playing Truth or Dare and stupid shit, and I'm just like, okay, I just finished a technically 4 to 5 hour show because Superstars tapes before Raw, and Raw is 3 hours. So I would have been like, okay, it's been 4 hours. I've been walking around in my gear all day. I had like a 20-minute match, barely any time to shower. I'm going to bed. And then they're all drinking. And I guess Ariana and Eva Marie get into a cockfight over their photo shoot. She's like, I'm part of Rolling. What was the name of that magazine? Rolling Stop? I don't know. No. She's like in some magazine that no one's heard of. She's like, oh,
some magazine that no one's heard of that sounded kind of like it wasn't exactly Rolling Stones.
Yeah, Rolling Stop something or other.
It just sounded like awful.
She's gonna be on the cover of Crack. She's gonna be on the cover of Crack Whore magazine. Okay. And then Eva Marie just chimes in, says like, I'm gonna be part of Maximum 100. And everyone was just like, oh, like it was just like, bitch, you trying to rain on my parade? And it's like, it's Maxim 100. And then again, I realized, like, Maxim still puts out a magazine?
Yeah.
I'm just surprised. Everyone's just like, it's like, hey, this girl did a spread for Maxim. I'm like, oh, okay, let's, Maxim.com. Why bother going down to the magazine shop? It was magazines are slowly dying, folks. Yeah, so they all go to bed and Ariana stays up. Apparently she pulls up some scandalous photos of Eva Marie up on her iPhone and starts showing everyone. It's like, look what this bitch did. She ain't so special. Remember last week we were talking about how they don't want people who have done super risque or nudity to be on television?
Right.
Well, I do remember earlier Eva Marie shots when I was doing stuff. I was actually thinking of reviewing season 1, but never got around to it. I did see some photos of Eva Marie. Bikini shots, no different than what she did in Maxim. Whoopee. I mean, they're not the Amazon girl. Apparently did S&M. But she was off TV within like a week of NXT, so I don't even remember her. She did the indie circuits, and God knows what happened to her. I remember the Asian girl that got fired because of the movie she did. So, I mean, they would have. Now they do extensive background checks, or just make sure. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that you haven't appeared nude anywhere or did some foot fetish films. Miss Michelle. Yeah, so they're really keen on that now. So yeah, that's not a big deal.
Super keen.
Yeah. Where are we now? I'm gonna look for the next block because I just lost my notes here. But what are your thoughts so far on the episode?
There was quite a few parts that I'm like, oh dear God.
You gotta realize that most of the stuff is written by writers. Like Kevin Dunn's just sitting there just going like, "What, you guys are fighting on the bus?" That's my Jim Cornette impression of Kevin Dunn. He's got this big old fucking buck teeth. He's just like, I hate wrestling, but I love sports entertainment. So quick cameo. We're on to SmackDown, and there's some quick cameos from Dean Ambrose of The Shield, and everyone's just like, "Oh, look at you, Dean! You really leaned out." And he's just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna get my food and go." We gotta walk through the aisles later. He didn't have the. I don't think he had the United States Championship yet. So, what even matter? He doesn't even defend the fucking thing. They should break it. They should give it to Zack Ryder. I just watched his Last Resort when he broke his United States replica belt. Actually, he had to cut it away because I think he tried to do it on the first take. It's just like, this is what I think of the United States belt. Oh, shit, it's not breaking. Crap, get a spike. Ding. Okay, let's splice all those cuts in because like it goes from like a splice cut and then he's like pounding away and then
really
it breaks.
do that. I mean, that cost quite a lot of money, didn't it?
$300, maybe less.
Huh? I thought
It's
it
just
cost
a
more
replica.
than that.
No. See, when the belts themselves, the ones that WWE gets, probably are in like the tens of thousands because they're original designed and like that's the belt. But like you can go to like a website and get a replica belt, which is lower grade quality, lower grade leather, and those cost around $300-$400, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they're
I
like
didn't know.
yeah. So that's see the thing is that unlike like I don't even know if they do it with like Stanley Cups. Like if a guy wins a belt, he doesn't keep the physical belt because it's like it's something you got to pass around. And they don't give him a copy of it. Just be like, okay, here is your Intercontinental Championship. You were Intercontinental Champion on this day from this day. They had to actually physically go out and do that themselves. Like Rock has got like a trophy case with like replicas of all the belts he's won. So like his I think he has like a smoking bull belt.
I remember seeing that in one of his promos.
Yeah, he's got like a smoking bull one. He's got the old WWE Eagle belt. He's got like the World Heavyweight title when he was WCW champion. Sorry, WCW champion, because all those title changes in WWE, I'm sorry, they don't count. Like, Booker T was the last WCW champion. Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, Rock, don't count.
I see.
Yeah. In my opinion, anyway. Records will disavow. So, yeah, we got a quick cameo of Dean Ambrose, and then we start seeing other WWE stars. I think Titus O'Neil was walking around R-Truth. Then they get to Fandango and TJ. Apparently, she tweeted out these photos to everyone.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so everyone, all the guys in the locker room would just be like, oh, look at these shots of Eva. Oh, maybe I should get on that. Oh, wait, she's married. Damn. Like Natalia said, John made the smart decision as soon as she started this show. It's like, oh, shit, some guy's gonna like sweep her away, and I gotta lock her down. Smart
Maybe
move.
her parents will sit and like him after her father will like him after this.
Yeah, why not, John? It's like, why don't you go to Eva's parents and be like, okay, what would you rather have with your daughter? A respectable man who's married to her, stays faithful to her, and makes sure she goes down the right path, or do you want her to fucking bang half of the locker room? Which she probably would have done if she'd not gotten married. Hell, fucking Batista's back. He probably got a piece of that when he got there. If it's got boobs and a vagina, Batista will hit it. No. You want to hear a funny kayfabe story?
Oh.
To keep in the good britches, Johnny Nitro, who's dating Melina, gave Melina to Batista to try and make it good. So, he didn't say anything. It's just like, yeah, yo, Batista fucked your girlfriend. It's like, oh, yeah, I know, kind of. I didn't want to be disrespectful. Yeah. Yeah. There's a history of, like, Batista fucking the divas. Oh, my God. We're at 23 minutes already. We should get this going along. All right, Ariana, I wrote down Ariana was with Alicia Fox, and I'm surprised she didn't faint because Ariana said that her favorite match of all time was Alicia Fox versus Melina. She's Stone Cold. Who? Of all the matches in all professional wrestling, that's your favorite. Hot damn, girl. Give me your belt. You're fired. Okay, so apparently the photos of Eva Marie account to alcohol abuse. I don't get it. It's just like, that was from a hard time in my life when I was 20 years old and I was dealing with alcohol abuse. Okay, so you're going like, chug luck, and you're like, you know what I should do? I should pose in bikini shots. I don't think that's a good idea, but don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna pose sexy in bikinis. Go get the camel. Let's do this. Come on, this is Kevin Dunn. This is Kevin Dunn, right? He's just like, we need a right for you to. Sounded like you had an alcohol abuse. It's like, well, I didn't. It's like, well, just say you did. I didn't get it. So she gets like really teary eyed. She cries, and Trinity's just tells him, yeah, I'm acting. So she cries in Trinity's shoulder. Trinity pulls Cameron aside, or Ariana, whatever, and she's like, you know, you really shouldn't be one talking about digging up people's past. Remember 2 years ago, you got pulled over for that DUI? Your mugshot's all over the place. But she's like, well, they didn't say that I got acquitted because I was wrongfully accused in that situation. Which, after seeing her road rage, I wouldn't be surprised if that actually was true.
Well, it's a good thing she's on the bus, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the end of Eva Marie and Summer Rae on the bus. They're like, you know what, we're done. Like, we're gonna go and get a hotel and rent a car like we usually do. And so Eva goes and talks to Fandango. He's just like, hey girl, selling photos. Yeah, look good. She's like, really? It's like, Ariana was posting. She's like, already pulling the blame. Way to go, Giant Curtis. So I put in here, Eva goes, talks to Fandango, then walks off Stormin to go, whatever. And as she's walking away, who's in that shot? Paul Heyman. I was half expecting you. Oh my god. It's like, here are my clients, Eva Marie and Brock Lesnar. That's actually half the fun of me watching this show, just to see like the brief cameos of the guys getting in there. just like a 5-second shot. It's like, oh my god, there's Paul Heyman. I didn't write it down, but like the quick ending was Ariana apologizes to Eva Marie, and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you were, abusing alcohol when you took those photos. And she's like, yeah, I was. That was a really bad time, but I don't accept your apology because you showed up to all the guys, so fuck you. And just walks off, and that's the end of the episode. So yeah, they're getting a lot. They're getting really catty this season. Especially the highlights for next episode. Daniel Bryan laid off some ground rules that I didn't talk about. Is that no number 2s in the toilet. No feminine hygiene products. So, fucking yawn the rag, you throw that shit out the window. You don't put it in the bathroom. And number 3, no boners on the bus.
No erections.
No erections. There's an erection-free bus, apparently. So what happens? Bree and Daniel get on the bus, and there's the Uso and the Funkadactyl getting on. And apparently, this is where the whole the Summer Rae slap that we saw in all the previews, where Natty confronts her and says, "You're basically looking to become a stripper," and like she had like concerns over her outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I got to say with that. Since the PG era, WWE has, I'd say the last like 6 years, has like, and this is for the whole, we don't want strippers and ex-porn stars in our company anymore, has done a really good job to get respectable women in their company. Granted, half of them don't know how to fucking wrestle, but they're doing a good job of getting respectable women. And for them to say that basically you're not a good role model, Summer, and you're becoming a stripper, I've seen this girl work, and I've seen her outfits. It's got nothing on the girls I used to employ. Let me go down the laundry list. She ain't no goddamn Sable that all she was good for was walking around in skimpy outfits.
And
Sable
next to nothing besides handprints painted on her boobs.
Yeah, exactly. God, who else could I name off? How about Stacy Keibler, Tori Wilson? fucking useless in that company. You know what I remember of Tori Wilson? Having lesbian sex with Eva Marie and crying over her real-life father being dead and no-selling a vase hit. Or not a vase hit, a lamp, like a dance lamp. Eva Marie grabs a desk lamp and hits her over the head with it and shatters it. And like, here's her reaction. She goes, she's like pauses, just goes like, and then she falls over.
That's very marionette.
Stacey Keebler. She knew her place. She was a manager. But, God, like, no, the good ones were Trish, Lita, Ivory, Jazz, Victoria, Molly Holly. I miss all the post-Attitude Era, pre-PG divas. Kelly was horrible.
Damn right she was. I couldn't stand that Barbie doll.
Eva Torres was horrible. I never really liked Michelle McCool. Yeah, I know she's married to Taker and had a kid with him. She's basically married to the business now, but even though she's been out of it for years, but God, can't stand her. Can't stand her. All right, I've been rambling. You haven't really said a whole lot. We're at half an hour right now.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your thoughts on this episode.
All that I can watch was a couple of parts of it, and I thought, okay, there's going to be a cat fight happening. That's all I knew, and I'm like, that had to be the next episode or so. I was getting sick and tired of Nikki over Cena, just saying, oh, I'm going to look so ugly. Girl, come on.
This is
Getting a swift kick in the face is nothing compared to a skate in the face.
A what in the face?
A skate, like a hockey skate, or getting a puck to the nose, or something like that. I mean, for crying out loud, hockey players go through more injuries on the ice than you probably will.
I guess they played soccer in high school, I think. I can't remember. There was like the thing in season 1 where
seriously, suck it up, bitch!
Oh! Melanie bringing out the claws. Suck it up, Nikki Bella.
Yeah, exactly. Suck it up and be...
Wait, phrasing.
I can't believe we're started doing that now.
Okay, we're huge fans of Archer. We've started to, like, I've made a promise to her, instead of, like, saying that's what she said in sexual moments, I will now say phrasing.
And that'll make me crack up.
Well, there was that one point you were playing Mass Effect last night, and Joker was talking about Sovereign. It's like, he's coming in hard, he's coming in fast. I'm like, Joker! Phrasing! That's a new thing. You guys don't watch Archer, go watch it. It's
dear God.
freaking hilarious.
I wonder what
all four seasons are on Netflix right now. They're starting season 5 on FX and Teletoon at night. So go watch it. It's freaking hilarious. Anyways, we're talking about other shows right now. We should probably end this. This is a really long day. Yeah, it's like 1:30 in the morning here. We just watched the replay of it. Yeah, let's look forward to episode 3, where apparently for 9...
Our reviews as long as the episode itself.
Pretty much. We should almost do like a live... If I ever got home when it was broadcasting live, we should have done a live stream of this and just give our reactions at what's going on.
Interesting.
It plays while I'm at work. If I can get off earlier and have to get home to watch it, then yeah, sure. But for now, it's just... This is what you get for now.
All right. Well,
anyways,
good night, everyone.
Well, good night.
Good day.
We'll be back next week for episode 3. And we'll see where this freaking calling Summer Rae a dirty whore comes from. Later.
Later.